I have always loved Overlord, but if I'm being honest, I kind of forgot it existed. And that's because the last season was made literally 4 years ago. So Overlord was completely ripe from my mind. But one day, I was looking for new anime to watch and that's when I saw it. That's when I saw the 4th season of Overlord after 4 years of waiting. I was like a goddamn war veteran experiencing the most severe case of PTSD. All of Ainz's most menacing and disrespectful moments just flooded into my head. And that's why I'm making this video. The world needs to know of his Black Air Force activities. It can be a secret no longer. By the way, if you don't know who Ainz is, he's the main character of Overlord. He was a hardcore gamer who got stuck in a game, classic isekai stuff, but the difference between Overlord and normal isekai is that Ainz has to keep apologizing for the inconvenience of him not giving a fuck! So in this video, I'm going to be exposing his most heinous actions. So with all that being said about the madman Ainz Ongoon, let's dive into his most devilish, disheartening and disrespectful moments. So sit on your bum and try not to cut. Oh my bad, my mic cut out. Let's just get into the video though. I am at a loss for words. Ainz does not feel like a protagonist. He radiates villainous energy. A huge group of adventurers are about to try entering Ainz's home, the Great Tomb of Nazarick. So Ainz himself decides to pull up in his adventurer disguise. And he's like, before we go in, can I please ask you guys a question? Is going into this tomb for loot and money worth dying for? Then some guy says, yeah, that's correct. We have been offered a sum of money that we would risk death to get. And then Ainz is like, does he speak for all of you? And they all say yes. Then Ainz is like, god damn, I asked a truly meaningless question. Okay, let's begin what I like to call the Nazarick disturbance. Ainz orders all of his men to slaughter anyone that enters the tomb, and if anyone survives they're going to be healed back to full health, tortured, and then used as slaves. It's just a straight up massacre, death after death, body after body, and this isn't even the fucked up part. So for his future plans, Ainz kept one of the groups alive, and he asked what they're doing there, and bro just starts straight up capping. He said, oh yeah, your friend Barry told us to come here, on God I swear. And also he said, don't hurt us, let us leave in peace. Ainz is like, ugh, what's that smell? It smells like bullshit to me. Ainz gets triggered because they came to his house to lie. Then he's like, you know what, I'm not even mad. If I was about to die, I'd bullshit too. But I still gotta run that fade. Bro is using a shield and a sword when he's a magician. They keep hitting him and then thinking, why am I not dealing any damage? Ainz is like, that's because you guys are insects to me. And the reason why I haven't killed you is because I'm a magic caster. They dead say, what? That's cap, he's strong enough with a sword. Their magic caster's like, I can't sense any magic from him. He's lying. Oh my god. Ainz says I have a magic item that blocks detection magic. Try again. She deadass starts puking. And then when her bestie asks what's wrong, she's like, nigga run. We cannot beat this guy. Then she low-key starts going insane because she can't comprehend his power level. So her team has to use magic to try and calm her down. Then Ainz the savage says touch of undeath and then just starts walking towards them menacingly. And then this dumbass still can't comprehend the situation, so he tries another full power attack on Ainz. To be honest, the guy is brave. He's stupid, but he's still brave. So Ainz just paralyzes him, prepping him for excruciatingly painful torture. Then Naruto are like, damn, we have no chance. If he can't beat him, then no one can. So they send a little girl away, they're like, hide, get out of here, we'll hold him off. Which is a joke in itself, Ainz could kill all of them instantly. But then Ainz is like, you know what, I'm in a good mood, I'll show her mercy. So Shaltir, I want you to follow her, and then when she thinks she's about to escape, show her the fear of God, and then kill her. Painlessly, of course. That's mercy. Bro, look at these niggas' faces. They're like, what the fuck? That ain't mercy. And then Ainz says, bro, that is mercy. After you see what you're gonna go through, you would consider that a luxury. And then Shaltir catches up to her, and you can see the despair on the girl's face. So the girl throws one more futile attack, and then Shaltir shows her true fear. And then it cuts to her 2 younger sisters waiting for her to come back, but she's never coming back. She is 6 feet under. It's devastating. So that was Ainz's first flex of this video, but it only gets worse. It only gets more disrespectful and more menacing from here. Next up is Ainz's flex fiesta. Ainz ends up allying with another kingdom to help them win the war. But what they didn't know is that he's an overpowered sociopathic killer who will do anything to achieve his goals. Ainz just starts killing the entire enemy army with ease. CGI guys, dead. Horses, dead. Then he uses the thousands of people that he just killed as a sacrifice to summon gigantic monsters. So the kingdom he allied with is completely terrified of this monster. Then Ainz goes all egotistical and he's like, do you not see what I just did there? That was so cool. How about you guys start clapping? Clap for me. I said, clap for me. And these niggas dead ass start clapping. Ainz just goes off script. He's like, forget about our relationship. I'm gonna take over the kingdom instead. And then this guy's like, damn, have you not killed enough people, nigga? Calm down. So Ainz is finally making his move. He's on his way to take over a whole kingdom, but he meets an old friend. Then his old friend Stronov is like, I guess you didn't come here to reminisce on old times. Ainz is like, yeah, I didn't, but how about you join me on taking this kingdom? Ainz has so much respect for Stronov and so do I. Bo says I refuse to Ainz. Then Stronov is like, don't harm anyone else, let's have a duel. And then Ainz looks him dead ass in the eyes and said, you will die. Stronov is low-key suicidal or something. Ainz is like, I'll leave your body intact so somebody can revive you. And he's like, no, don't do that. Somebody call a helpline for this man. So they tell one of Stronov's boys to ring the bell to start the duel. And as soon as the bell is heard, Ainz stops time. And I know Ainz is trying to be respectful, but he cannot stop radiating this Black Air Force energy and flexing on everyone. He slowly walks towards him and then just puts his hand on him and says, true death. And then says, I'm sorry it had to end this way. Bro is a menace. Even people he likes and respects aren't safe. Then he just dips, but while dipping he says, I am not unreasonable. I show mercy to those who bow before me. And if you don't relinquish your kingdom to me, then I will come down with the full wrath of Nazarick. So the king is low-key in his feelings about this, but he knows that if he doesn't relinquish it'll be much worse, so he ends up relinquishing to Ainz. Ainz pulls up to his new castle looking dripped out the wazoo, and all of his loyal subjects are just there for him, including Albedo, that bad bitch. Oh my god. Ainz is just crazy. He flexed on the people that helped him, his allies, he flexed on his enemies, and then he flexed on his own friend. So he names his new kingdom the Sorcery Kingdom, but it only took him killing 30,000 people to get it, so I guess it was worth it. Anyway, moving on, this is 100% my favourite Ainz moment. I call it the Clementine incident. So Ainz gets hired by this boy because he needs protecting while he's collecting herbs because he's a famous pharmacist. But little does Nefaria know that there's an evil bitch plotting for his demise because she needs him for her plan. Unaware of the doom that is about to befall them, they were just having a nice time. Fighting as a team together. Nice chats by the campfire, just bonding with each other. It's so nice. So after a nice long day, Ainz splits up and goes home and says, you guys can deal with the rest, can't you? Nefaria is tired after a long day of collecting herbs, so he's about to go to bed, but there's a crazy woman in his house. So his bodyguards pull up and they're like, yo, get behind us, this bitch is crazy. So Ainz goes back to check on Nefaria, and goddamn, body after body after body. And then Ainz is like, yo, whoever did this, whichever nigga did this, is going to pay. Ainz manages to instantly find out where Clementine is because she keeps trophies like an actual serial killer. Then Ainz is like, yo, come here if you want these hands though. And she's like, haha, okay. And then she tries her best to shit talk him. She's like, were those adventurers your friends? Because they had a very painful death, by the way. I bet you're here to avenge them. That'd be so cool. Ainz is like, I'm the original sociopath. I don't care about those adventurers. They were in your way, so you took them out. I understand. But now that you've got Nefaria, you're in my way. Oh my, if she wasn't a vicious serial killer with a frequent killing sprees. So they just start juking, but this is literally the first time Ainz has ever held a sword in his entire life. But I'm gonna have to give it to her, she's got moves, bro. So she stabs him in the eye and then she's like, what the hell? Why aren't you bleeding? That's not normal. Meanwhile, one of Ainz's maids is fighting a dragon that's immune to magic and she's a magic caster. So old dude is like, you can't win this, it's not possible, you can't beat my dragon. Then she's like, my magic can't beat your immune to magic dragon? Who decided that? And then she just instantly evaporates the dragon with ease. So we go back to Ainz and he says, I don't need my swords, I can beat you with my bare hands. Come, attack me, I dare you. So Clementine hits Ainz with the 1-2 combo. And then Ainz grabs her and she's like, nigga, how are you still alive? And then Ainz is like, yo, check this out, I'm already dead, lol. Then Ainz is like, you enjoy watching people suffer, but how do you like to suffer? I'm going to slowly but surely blow that back out. So she's having a whole ass panic attack because she can't move. She's like, you bony ass nigga, get off of me. This is so despicable. Ainz is slowly updating the pressure so she dies in the most excruciatingly painful way possible. Then Ainz is like, by the way, I'm curious. How did you like fighting a sword-wielded magic caster? Was it fun? Then Ainz drops this bombshell of a line. He's like, I wanted to kill you with this sword, but what's the point? Death by sword? Death by blood loss? Or death by crushing? None of it really matters, because in the end, you still die. He was doing all of that damage with one hand, and then he puts two hands on him. I've said it before, now I'll say it again. Ainz is a menace. Then he says, I'm sorry about that, I tend to be hypocritical at times. I was just in a silly goofy mood. He ends up completing his bodyguard job by saving the guy that gave him it. So this beautiful arc is finally done. And with that being said, I am so excited for season 4 of Overlord. I hope to make another video on Ainz or Overlord eventually. So make sure you like and subscribe if you like videos like this, because I'll be doing a lot more. I hope that Ainz's disrespectful activities will continue in season 4. But for now, see ya.